The rain fell softly that evening, painting silver ripples across the empty streets. In a small apartment above the old flower shop, Lila sat by the window, tracing raindrops with her finger. The world outside seemed to quiet since her brother, Evan, was gone. He had always been the loud one, the one who burst into her room with his guitar, singing horribly but laughing until she joined in. Now, even laughter felt like a forgotten language. It had been 6 months since the accident. Lila still kept his room the same unmade bed, guitar on the chair, his favorite hoodie on the wall hook. Every night, she'd whisper, "Good night, Evan," as if he were still listening. But tonight felt different. There was a letter on her desk, the one she never opened. The envelope had faded edges, written in Evan's messy handwriting. Her mother had found it hidden inside his guitar case a week after the funeral. Lila had been too scared to read it, because reading it meant accepting he was truly gone. Her hands trembled as she picked it up. The rain grew heavier, thunder murmuring like the world was holding its breath. She opened Italiano. "Hey, Lil, if you're reading this, I guess I didn't make it back home. Don't cry. Please don't. You always hated goodbyes. So let us call this a see you later. You remember when you said you couldn't sing? You were wrong. You just never tried without me around to laugh at you. Promise me I sing again, even if it's off-key, even if it hurts. Promise me you'll live the way we dreamed, too messy, brave, and loud. You were always the brave one, Lil. You just forgot." Lila pressed the paper to her chest, the words blurring through her tears. The AK she had buried deep inside cracked open like glass under pressure. She stood up and walked to the window, looking at the rain-filled sky. It felt like the clouds were crying with her. She whispered, "Okay, Evan. I'll try." That night, she went to the park they used to visit, the one with the rusted swing and the old maple tree. The streets glistened under the streetlights, and her shoes splashed through puddles. She sat on the swing, her voice trembling as she started to hum the song they'd written together, unfinished and forgotten. It started weak, shaky, then grew stronger. The wind carried her voice, soft and broken, but real. And somewhere in that moment, she felt it a gentle warmth, like someone had placed a hand on her shoulder. She looked up. The clouds parted just a little, and a single beam of moonlight touched her face. Lila smiled through her tears. For the first time in months, the air didn't feel heavy. Days turned into weeks, and slowly, she began to live again. She took singing lessons, wrote songs, and every performance. She kept a photo of Evan taped to her mic stand. One evening, after her first small concert, she whispered to the stars, "I did it, Evan," I sang. The wind brushed through the trees, and though she couldn't hear words, she felt them deep in her heart. "Told you you could, Lil." She laughed softly, eyes glimmering. The ache was still there. It probably always would be, but now it was gentler, like a scar that reminds you love once lived there. And as the night wrapped around her, Lila looked to the sky and whispered, "See you later." The end.